Welcome back, my friends, to another video. Today we're going to be covering what I feel like everything you need to know as a beginner in this cycle frontier. This game is very addicting. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Exfil and Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm very excited you guys are here. Today we're going to be covering something a little bit different. We're going to be going over all of the things I think you need to know in the beginning for playing the Cycle Frontier, this new PVPVE. We'll get into exactly what it is in a little bit, and it is just sweeping the gaming world. There are so many people that are excited about it, including myself, and even though we are in a closed beta right now, I cannot wait for the full release. With that being said, before we get into the video, I have been streaming it very often, so if you guys would like to check it out, I stream every single day except for Sunday on Twitch. I would love to have you guys by the stream. I think it'll be a good time. If you guys want to see more of the Cycle Frontier content, I assume that I'm going to be making more of this content just because I cannot stop playing the game. Either way, if you find this video to be valuable, smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. And if you want to see more of this content, you can always subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when videos go live. Let's get into this video. And that's what I've been addicted to. So what this is a PvP, PvE, looter, shooter, first person, explorer game. You basically start on a planet called Fortuna 3. You have two maps available right now that you can join. One is like the easier one is the harder one, with a third on launch called Lagoon. And you basically go into each of these areas on the planet and you collect stuff, you do quests, you level up factions. But the cool thing is, well, in my opinion, is you have the high risk, high reward. It's a very, very intense game to play because every time you die, you get permadeath. You lose everything except for what's in your safe pockets, which doesn't really give you that much room to put something in. So it could be very, very intense. And not only that, but some of the mobs in the environment can be crazy, especially when you get pinched between mobs and players, which are called prospectors in this game. And it has just overall been an absolute insane experience. So what you do is you go into and you try to like make an objective and go and you complete that objective, whether you're collecting something or killing something. And then you need to extract with your things and come back to the main area that we're going to go over, and it's just really, really intense. So let's go over more of what's going on in the hub. That way you guys can kind of understand what's happening in the game as a beginner. Hey, we are in the Fortuna hub. This is actually pretty sick. I never seen that there was an actual playable or screen that plays stuff on it. But this is the hub. Gonna come out of the bar. In the beginning, it's gonna explain to you like where you need to go. Man, this is just such a gorgeous game, dude. It's really, really cool. So actually, you know what? Before we actually explore this area and show you what's up, let's go into the very beginning part, which is your tab section, okay? So first things first, you can choose who you would like your prospector to be. Kind of simple with the customization and a bunch of new ones you get over time. Then we have the Fortuna Pass, which is something they're going to be working on because it is a free-to-play game. They're going to have a battle pass available, which is called the Fortuna Pass. And you can go through here and look at some of these. I guess it doesn't go all the way through. Play, this is when you want to go into a raid. You can actually do it through the tab. We'll talk about that later. Then we have your, this is your name. So if you want to like add friends and stuff like that, you can actually just go ahead and hit O. And then you can pull up all of your friends and then you can add people that way. So this is your information. These are your levels for every faction. There are 3 factions. in the inventory, this is how it works, okay? So this is your main stash that you're not gonna be taking with you into raid. This is what you're gonna be taking into raid, which you need a backpack. So one of the questions I see asked pretty often is, how come I can't put anything in my backpack area? Well, one, you need a backpack. You have to have one. You start with one. You have to actually put it in the slot though, and then you put your armor right here. You have your guns. You can have up to 2. And then you have your safe pockets and your backpack. Safe pockets are basically where you can put stuff to stay safe even when you die, but it's a lot smaller of space versus your main backpack. And as you can see, these are a little bit different. So here we have spaces, right? So these are based on spaces and on how things stack. This space is based on weight. So you actually have an infinite amount of slots in your backpack. Like if I was to fill up my backpack with 1 pound items, I can just put them forever. I could put up to 300, but it only shows this amount because they're not filled yet, which is actually really, really cool. The same thing with safe pockets. In your safe pockets, you can actually put up to 10 pounds. I upgraded mine already. It starts at 5 pounds, but you can, the slots expand. So it's not just like 3, it's not just 6. It keeps going and going and going. Here, let me put something small in there. As you can see, it just gets bigger. Same thing with the backpack, okay? So that's how that works. Now, all of these items it's gonna be overwhelming at first. I would recommend keeping what you think you need. And when it comes to like, what should I keep, what should I sell? I would say sell the things that you go in and you harvest often. So as you're gonna see, Striders are one of the more popular mobs inside of the game. So spinal bases, you get them from killing Striders. Because you kill them so often, these are something that if you need money and you need reputation, you can sell, and I'll show you where to sell and all that stuff. And that's how I would do it at first, because you don't know what you're gonna get when you get quests, what you're gonna need to turn in, and what you're gonna need to keep, okay? For crafting as well. So these are all the things if you wanna signal them out. I have it on all, but if you want to do like just consumables, right? What meds do I have and all that stuff, you can look at right here. I do hope that they add a stash like filter option so that you can actually organize and sort your stash a little bit better, but this is kind of how it's laid out. As you put it in, this is how it is right now. Okay, so that is the basis of what's going on in here. Now we are going to go to this shop before we go into the factions. In this shop is where you're going to purchase more of your guns. Bolt action is very, very strong right now. A lot of people are doing like bolt action pistol combo. I have another video that I'm going to be posting on what your beginner loadout should be. But these are the guns you can get, and obviously you can go to ammo and you can act accordingly, and it'll tell you what they're used for, so you don't have to worry. This one's used for marksmen, sniper rifles, DMRs and sniper rifles, used for shotguns, used for assault rifles and light machine guns. So it lets you know on here. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is your armor when you need a new one. One increases your stamina, one is regular, so it tells you like in the descriptions. They're pretty good about that. Consumables, so if you need meds, if you need grenades, you can buy them here. We have your tools, your mineral scanner and your heavy mining tool. These are kind of pointless. I'll talk about those a little bit later. And then we have a small backpack, so when you need another backpack, and we have all of your attachments and it tells you where they go. So light goes on your SMGs. You have your angled foregrip. It says it goes on all. This one, it says it goes on SMG, AR, LMG. So it tells you on them, so when you're purchasing them, you can grab them. To equip these, you're gonna go into your actual tab screen, go into your inventory, and you're gonna middle mouse click on your gun. That's gonna pull up your mods. If you have mods compatible, you can put them on like so. The other thing that you can do is you can actually go into your inventory, and if you have something available, you can actually just right click them and it'll go to there automatically. It makes it a little bit faster, and then you don't have to like rummage through all of these and figure out what goes on what. So middle mouse click on that. So now let's talk about the factions. 3 factions make up this whole area, which is we have the ICA, we have the Osiris right here, and then we have the Korolev. These are all different. They're different armories with different things in them, and basically the way that you level them up. So first of all, you can have 1 quest from every faction, so you want to make sure you pick them all up. In Korolev, it tells you as you upgrade different levels, you can get more and more stuff. Right here, we are going to be getting one of the Korolev cards. We're going to be getting faction points. I'm sorry, these are how you level up your faction. So right now we're level 3 to 146. We get the next level, and then K marks, which is the in-game currency. So I'm gonna go ahead and claim this real quick, and it's gonna tell me I'm leveling up, which I'm gonna have access to buy more things. The other way that you level up the faction is to sell. And I know that you guys are wondering, how do I make money? That's also a very common question when I've been streaming the game is, how do I sell things? How do I make money? Now, the way that it works is you want to level up the factions you are looking for something in. So we're gonna go to the armory. That is for the questing part. And this is going to be, the scrapper is very, very good in the beginning. We have the maelstrom, we have the long shot. So these are the guns for these faction level. Sell items, you're gonna go to right here. So how this works is you're gonna go and grab something. So let's say we grab here, okay? So it says on here, spinal base gives me 20 faction points and 800 K marks. So that's how much money you make. That's how many faction points you make. They differ. This one is 13 faction points and 500 K marks. This one is 20. And so that is how you kind of base. Look at how much this one is. 75 faction points and 3,000 K marks. So obviously the higher the rarity, the more you get from them. So that's how you make money in the beginning. And these are your K marks right here. And your faction points will be up here, okay? So every single one is a little bit different with what you want to level up for different reasons. So this one, a lot of people level up because right away they want the scrapper to replace the pistol. Very, very good. Let's go to ICA, and then I'll show you Osiris. Here we have the ICA armory. I like the aesthetics for all of them, that they're like so different. Here is another contract. Right now we're trying to get scrap metal, which is very hard to find. Even the places it tells you on all of these, it kind of gives you a description of like where you can find them, which is pretty cool. And it's very, very helpful. So you're not like completely lost when we look at the map. Then we're gonna go to here, and same thing. We reach these faction levels, we get these options, and sometimes they have different options that the other ones do not have, which is pretty cool. So you can look through those. We have a data drive available on this one. Yeah, audio decoy, pretty nice. Then we're gonna go to Osiris, which is actually my favorite currently. I love the aesthetic and I love the weapons. One of the first guns I recommend getting is actually the Scarab. It's a 3-round burst pistol essentially, and it works very, very well. The cool thing about Osiris is this one has a leveled up med that you can actually get. Right here, the strong stem, which is very good. Strong med kit and strong stem. So even just to level your guy to 6 in Osiris, just to be able to have access to these is something that's really dope. So look through all of them, see what you want, and then act accordingly with where you sell to and what quest you try to complete. Same thing with here. We'll go to Osiris, and we have, you know, different ones. I actually upgraded this one, so I have the nicer ones, which give you 3 cards, a ton of faction points, and a ton of K marks. The other thing that we should talk about is crafting. Crafting is a very essential part of this game because you cannot just buy all of the best stuff. You have to craft it, which I love that they're doing this. I love that I can't have like a million K marks and just continually buy the best guns, the best armor, and all that stuff. So what you're gonna wanna come to is the workbench. Upgrade your backpack, upgrade all of your stuff is gonna be here. To get your really, really good consumables, you go here and it tells you exactly what you need. You need 1 Marauder flesh, tells you where they're found. It's one thing that I like about this game is it's very, very explanatory and makes it really easy for anybody once you just hover over things to see what's going on. Better armor, okay, tells you what you need. You need Rattler skin, you need some nickel, and you need some K marks. Then we have the backpack. This is really, really, this backpack feels so good to use in the beginning. It's such an upgrade. And all you need is 670 K marks and some salvaged insulation, which you can find pretty often. So this is the area you're gonna come to craft. Now this is also the area that you're gonna come to repair your stuff. So when your armor gets damaged and you survive the raid, or whatever you call them in here, we're gonna call them raids, you can repair it right here. You can repair all, or you can choose if you want to repair just your shield. So right here, we'll do all, and I'll go ahead and repair because I haven't done that yet. And that is the crafting station. Next, we're gonna go to is what they call the quarters, and there you can upgrade your space for your pockets. You can upgrade your stuff. You can get they have a currency generator and all that stuff, okay? So we're gonna go in here. It's actually really cool looking. Watch this. We're like in the top floor in our little lounge area. We got our screen that plays right here, and you can go ahead and see where we've been running around. It's actually really, really sick, man. The aesthetic is so dope. Okay, so we have our quarter upgrades. Here, we're gonna be able to view all of the upgrades, and you can just kind of like cycle through them. Generators, and it tells you right here what you get, what you need to construct them. They're usually not that long. This one's 11 minutes. The last one was like 1 minute. This one's only 1 minute as well. And you can kind of work towards these things. This is your supply crate upgrade. These are your Kmark generator caps and upgrades. So this is like your currency generator that I was talking about. Inventory, how to upgrade your stash space and how to upgrade your safe pocket space. We've already done this one, and you can continue to go down all the way to like 30 pounds in your pockets and a bunch in your stash. And then we have the workbench, which is going to level 1 of prospect quarters. It reduces a prospect quarters upgrade times by 3% and so forth. As you continue to go, they get better. After you go here, you can check out what you have in here. So right here, we can collect this many Kmarks. This is our cap. So the things that I was just showing you, that's the way to increase both of those. We'll go ahead and collect those. The supply crate is basically giving you a loadout every 24 hours. So every day you get a brand new loadout, you get a free loadout. It gives you ammo, gun, armor, all the things that you need, backpack. And as you upgrade this, you get better stuff, which is super, super dope. Okay, so now we went over everything. You are wanting to raid. You want to go in and find some things and explore. We're gonna have a separate video on that, but I want to show you where to go. You're gonna go right here to the launch terminal, and this is where you're gonna head out. If you're meeting with friends, it's gonna be the same thing. And then the other way to do it is to tab, go to the play option, and then you can deploy right here, okay? So we're gonna walk up to this, you're gonna press F. These are the two maps. We have Bright Sands and Crescent Falls. Crescent Falls has a lot more mobs, it's just a lot more difficult. There's items that you can find that are more rare on this planet than are on this planet, so you can go and find things accordingly. Maybe check it out by just running like a very low budget run, so you're not mad when you lose everything if it is more difficult. But I would definitely recommend starting on Bright Sands. So we're on Bright Sands right now. You're gonna check off all these things. This tells you these are the quests you need. It's just letting you know this is what you have. You can go over all of your stuff right here before you deploy, and it is instant. There's no matchmaking. So once you hit deploy, you're gonna pretty much get right in. The other thing is item insurance. Now, how this works is you can basically pay a price. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on so I can show you. This is gonna cost me 2,080 Kmarks, but payout on death is 5,200. Now, the reason why I don't think this is typically going to be worth it is because your items do not stay insured if you live. You have to do this every single time, and it can be quite a money sink if you plan on living. Now, if you play the game in the beginning, maybe do it in the beginning, you play the game, you have a little bit of extra money, you don't know if you're gonna live or not, and then you play the game, you die. Then you jump in again, you die. Okay, if you're dying every single time and your survivability percentage is very low, I would recommend maybe doing this because you get money on death and it makes it feel a little bit less harsh because you are getting the payout. But it is a money sink if you are surviving. If you're playing with a group and your chances of surviving are even higher, solo can be kind of hard, then I would recommend not doing it. But it's completely up to you, but that's how it works. It doesn't pay you back in items, so I don't get another backpack, I don't get another armor. It pays me out in Kmarks. Okay, now let's talk about extractions and spawns. This is the map for Bright Sands. This is where you're gonna be going in the beginning when you use your map icon. Now, you are gonna have a couple icons. They look like orange circles with like check marks. There should be 2 of them. Every single time you spawn into this map, oh, by the way, I'll put this website in the description. It's very, very useful. This is the cycle.wiki. Very, very good. But when you spawn in, you're gonna have these 2 orange spots. Those are gonna be where you can extract. You can actually extract anywhere that somebody else is extracting, but those are your 2 actual specific extractions. Every time somebody spawns in, they have their own specific extractions, which helps with extract camping like some games have. So it's pretty cool. It does still happen in some of the main areas, kind of like if you have it in the central station, which is like the main base camp. If you have it over here in Science Campus, what are some other like really highly populated areas? The Waterfall Lab is really, really good for loot. So sometimes the waterfall extraction right here sometimes has people camping it. So you do have to be alert, but just so you know, you can spawn pretty much anywhere in this map. Sometimes you're gonna spawn way up here and your extraction is gonna be down here. Sometimes you spawn in the swamp, your extraction is like right over here. So you kind of never know where you're gonna be, which is also really dope. It switches it up. You don't get to drop by yourself like you do in most BRs. It's completely different. You spawn in with your pods, and the cool thing is when you're in the map, you can actually see pods coming down from the sky, because how it works is every single instance, or raid if you want to call it, is 6 hours long. So you're coming into an already started raid, right? You don't know what part of it you're coming into, but you're coming into it, and people are extracting and coming into it over and over and over throughout the entire 6 hours. So you get to see people extracting, you get to see people crashing in. So it's pretty sick. There's a lot of different tactics that you can choose to employ based with that information. And that is pretty much the map explanatory. I'm going to be showing you guys where to find certain things on the map, so we'll be coming back to this wiki and using it. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope it brought you guys some value. I hope I covered everything that you guys maybe had questions about. If you guys do have extra questions, either stop by on stream and ask them live, or feel free to jump down in the comments. I will be responding to every single one of them. I hope you guys are really enjoying the game. The beta is gonna go till November 8th, and then the game is going to drop around first quarter of 2022. That is the information we have so far. I'm sure it can change. There's a lot of games that maybe aren't ready around the certain times, and so we'll deal with that when we get to it. I really hope that it's not later. I hope it's sooner than later, because this game is so good. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. And if you guys want to see more The Cycle Frontier content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. I would love to have you guys by the stream sometime, every single day except for Sunday, early in the morning. Grab caffeine and come hang out. I hope you guys are very blessed. I hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. I hope you guys are really, really enjoying the beta. I will catch you guys on the next one. Happy adventures, my friend.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Hello, guys. No!